Hey guys, so I said that I was going to do another one of my, talking about jobs I've had because you guys like when I do that. So last time it was what, SeaWorld? So this time I'll talk about, um, I don't know. Let's see. Ingles, wait, that's, uh, yeah, I guess I could talk about Ingles. I could have talked about Valero because there's a lot of stuff at Valero, but I think I'll talk about Ingles. So Ingles is a grocery store in town, and I worked there for like a year. Um, at first, I started and I was a uh, scan coordinator. Basically, I got there at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I would change the tags, check in vendors, make sure everything, the numbers are matching, stuff like that. But then I just kind of stopped caring about it because I was working like 5 days a week, and I was walking to and from work. So you can imagine I just got tireder and tireder and tireder. And so I was just pretty much, they took me off of that and put me on the register. Um, and then I did registers for a little while, but then the like little cards like MVP cards or basically just store cards, you get discounted prices if whether the sales and all that. Uh, Normally if someone doesn't have one, you can just take one of the ones that you have up there and just scan it, and you're only supposed to scan it for like 2-3 times. So if someone doesn't if you get a few people in a row or something who don't have their card, you can just scan one of theirs, like the stores, but you're only supposed to do it like 2-3 times. I did it like 8, and no one ever said that's not allowed. They were like, yeah, normally we would fire you, but no one told you that you can't do that. So they were just like, well, we're just going to take you off of register, and you'll just do like service clerk, so to go out there and get the carts and bag, and the bagging for the registers, um stocking stuff like that, cleaning the bathrooms, the sign outside. So, but yeah, no one ever told me that you can only do it 2-3 times. Apparently, well, the reason she said was that the card keeps track of like each person's kind of like purchases. It kind of sees what it's when you scan it, it like scans what they're typically getting, so that way they can get emails for those kinds of products saying, oh yeah, we have this on sale or something related to it. So it makes sense. But like I said, no one ever told me about it. So that's why they said it's like normally we would fire you for doing that because that's like abusing the card, but no one ever told you. So we're just going to take you off the register. Um, which that was fine. There, some of those people with the registers, I couldn't like there was this one girl who would come in all the time, and she had WIC, which is like for when you have little kids and stuff, it lets you get like milk and cheese and this and that. Every single week she came in, and there's little signs, little stickers, and I don't know if you have them where you guys are, but it says WIC approved. It tells you which ones you're able to get. And every single week she would come in, get the wrong kind, and it's like you're here every week. You get the same stuff, and yet with the cheese and things, you always get the wrong kind. There's a little thing that says WIC approved. Why is it every week we're having problems with you? Of course, we didn't say that, but we were kind of back and forth to each other. Like if I was on register and one of the other people on the register were bagging for me, like say there's only 2-3 people, we would help each other out. And they're like, I don't get why she does that. She's here every week. It's like, and yet she still messes up and gets the wrong thing. Plenty of old ladies coming in and using checks. Of all the checks I got, it was always old people using checks. You had certain people coming in getting 2 buggies 2-3 buggies worth of food, all shit, by the way, using EBT. You know, it's, I understand that some people feel like you can't get a whole lot, but these were the kinds of people who were getting a lot, you know, because it's also based on how many kids you have. So when you have 3, 4, 5 kids, but it was nothing but ground beef and chips and frozen foods and there was one moment the people who would come in and they would ask you the dumbest question of where can I find this, when all you have to do is just look up at the signs above each aisle and it says, like, person comes in, excuse me sir, where's the rice? Well, according to that sign right up there, the rice is over here. The rice is on aisle 6. Or as soon as you get into the store, regardless of what side, you can see the ice machine with, you know, the bags of ice, and there's a big sign above it says ice, and people will come in, excuse me, where's your ice? I don't know. I have no idea. No idea. And then it's like you're pointing to the sign, like, I have no idea where the ice is. But my favorite part was the, do you work here? So I'm dressed up. I've got my apron, you know, my, you know, apron thingy on. It says Ingles right on the corner. I have my name tag on. I have my shirt on, and on the sides, kind of like with this. See how it says, you know, for that? But it's like that, except it said Ingles on the side. And, you know, obviously all the people there are wearing black pants and, you know, either red or black shirt. And they'll come up to you, I'll be stalking or something like that. And it's, excuse me, sir, do you work here? No, I just thought I'd stalk for no reason. No, one woman I told that she said, asked me if I worked there. I told her no, that I actually stole the clothes because I wanted to fit in. Needless to say, she believed it. She was like, oh. And I'm thinking to myself, is like, who would actually believe that? If I... Actually, no, I don't think I would report it. If I had asked someone where something was, or if, hey, do you work here? And they told me they had stolen the clothes just to fit in, I'd be like, well, I mean, if you got away with it, then I'm not going to turn you in. But, yeah, I was like, yeah, I don't even work here. I just stole these clothes. I just wanted to fit in. She's like, oh. What? Why would anyone believe that? But, people are stupid. You know what isn't stupid? Drinking Monster Energy drink. When you have a thirst that needs to be quenched, drink a Monster Energy drink. Oh, John. Please sponsor me. No, also, you'd have those people right before we close. We close at like 10:30, kind of start to close everything up. And you have that one fucking asshole. He's like, are you guys closed yet? And it's like, we're closing in about 5 minutes. Do you think I could just get real fast? I don't need to get much. It's just like 1 or 2 things. 30 minutes later, they come up to the register and they try to, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I meant to just grab this, but you know how it is, I just, you know, I walked around getting what I needed and it just all of a sudden it's like, I need this. It's like, I didn't ask for your goddamn life story. Pay for your shit, get the fuck out so we can close. No one cares. I hate people who are like that, who wait to the last goddamn minute to come in and then they take 30 fucking minutes. Or the people in the mornings, the people who are just staying there waiting for you to open. They're like, are you guys open yet? What's the sign say? When do we open? It says you guys open at 7. Is it 7 yet? No, it's only 6:40. Well, then I guess we're not open. Oh, are you guys opening soon? What does the sign say? And you don't think this is how it works, but if you've ever worked in a grocery store or any kind of retail, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, we have a sign that says we open at 7 o'clock. Why are you asking if we're open yet? Why are you standing there waiting in the cold? Because a lot of the times you'll find this during the winter. They'll be like, are you guys open yet? And it's like, read the sign. No, we are not open yet, so why don't you go wait in your car for about 20 minutes and then come back and the door should be open. Oh, okay, that makes sense. People are stupid. I've told this story, but because not everyone's heard it, shoplifters, like the kids. So there's 3 kids coming in. They look 17, 18, maybe. So they went to the bathroom, which is pretty much right at the other door. So you come in the other door, and then it's pretty much right on the other side. And they were taking an awful long time. And they came back out. Now, to get to the men's room, you go around, and there's like this hallway you need to go through. It's like the storage closet, and then you have the female room and women's bathroom, and then you have on the end is the male bathroom. So you have more than enough time to adjust anything on your persons before you get to eyesight of the cashiers. But these guys are coming out. One of them's like pretending he's like still zipping up his pants. It's like, dude, we know where the bathroom is. You're doing that because you're making it seem like you went to the bathroom. So as soon as I saw that, I knew something was up. And Greg came over. Was one of the supervisors. I'm like, hey, I think those guys just stole something. He's like, what did they steal? I'm like, I don't know. I just know they stole something. He's like, where did they go? I'm like, they went out that way. So he goes outside, and there they are standing at the end of the building, and they're all sharing a fucking can of Red Bull. And Greg goes up and he's like, did you guys pay for that? They're like, no. And he comes back in. I'm like, what did they steal? He's like, I'm like, the can's only like $2. Between 3 people, they couldn't afford $2? Come on. So, but as soon as I saw the kid walking out and trying to adjust his fucking pants, despite the fact that from the bathroom to where I was about a 20-second walk. So, I mean, most people adjust themselves in the bathroom. They're not walking 30, 40 seconds and then finally adjust. No, that's stupid. As soon as you see that shit, you're like, okay, something's up. So yeah, they had fucking stolen a Red Bull. Then we had kids go in there. At first, I thought it was just a woman who brought her kids into the bathroom, but I heard like laughing, and I'm like, I didn't think too much of it. I was just doing my stuff. I was, cleaning the bathrooms and all that. And then I got to the women's bathroom, and I go into the second stall, and the thing is like fucking stuffed with cookies and stuff from the bakery. The kids had stolen stuff from the bakery, gone into the bathroom, eaten what they could, and then stuffed the rest into the fucking bathroom. And after that, it didn't flush. It took maybe 2-3 weeks for the fucking plumbers to come out to get it to fix, so that he could fix it. So he had to put a fucking sign on the stall saying, yeah, out of order. And then yet there were people who were still using it. Control your fucking kids. Keep an eye on your kids. Don't let them go because they were young. Do not let your kids just fucking wander around. And if you know your kids are doing that shit, you need to fucking be arrested. Because those people don't care, but we're the ones who are having to fucking take care of your kids' stupid fucking actions for your fucking problem. I'd go into the third stall was like the handicap stall. You go in there's fucking shit smeared on the fucking seat, on the walls, because people go in there. Like there was one woman, she was large, She went in there. She was in there for like an hour, and you could start smelling it in the store itself. And you go in there, and there was like fucking shit everywhere. And then guess who has to fucking clean it up? Not you, the person who did it, me. The people who are getting paid fucking minimum wage. And these people know, the same people who are doing it know goddamn well that if it was them having to clean it, they would be saying the same thing. You know? So, if you have kids, don't take your ride. Just keep them near you there the entire time. Like I said, I thought it was just a family because I hadn't gotten to the female bathroom because I was still working on the men's bathroom. And then I go into the women's bathroom to find the fucking toilet clogged up with fucking cookies. And then I try to flush it and like, nope, it just fucking clogs and starts to fucking leak, and then I've got to clean that shit up. So between that, I had to do the sign outside, which was impossible to do with one person. It's not safe out there at all. The ground is so uneven out there that no matter where you put the ladder, it's just... So here's the ladder top. This is just... That's what the ladder did. And that was with a thin person on it. So you can imagine what it's like when my fat ass got up on there. And then I told the manager, and she looked at me like I'm the fucking idiot here for caring about my safety. So... You know, the thing was, it's a tall sign. So even for me being 6'4", I had to get to the very, you know the steps on the ladder that they tell you shouldn't be using, like the ones at the very top. I had to get on those. So I'm clinging on to dear life onto this fucking sign, rocking back and forth, trying to get these damn letters off so I can put up the new ones. And there's no one out there. No one out there. There needs to be someone at the bottom holding the ladder for you, so that way you don't, fall. So I complained to her about it, and then, like I said, she acted like I was a crazy one. And then she's like, okay, well, I'll get one of the girls to go out there with you. Right. Because a girl, one of these girls who were like 5'2", they're totally gonna be able to hold a fucking ladder with my fat ass up on top while it's rocking back and forth. Come on. So we went out there when it snowed. We were out there when it was raining. Especially when it's snowing and raining, that's even more dangerous. But there we were. It wasn't even, oh yeah, well let's just not do the sign tonight because it's a little dangerous. It's like, no, we don't care. Go out there and do the sign. So, the people I worked with, there was this kid. What was his name? His name was Jimmy. So Jimmy, yeah, I think his name was Jimmy. He would come to work and he just wouldn't do anything. Like, he'd stay in like the back of the store, just walking back and forth, and you'd have one of the people like, oh, I need a bagger on, whatever register. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm doing the bathrooms, I'm doing the stocking, I'm doing all that, and Jimmy's nowhere to be found. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll go up there and help them. So I go up there and help. And it was the end of the night. Well, not the end of the night, but close to. It was like 7, 8 o'clock is usually when I started the floor. You'd have to sweep and all that, which I did by myself as well. I swept it. I did the floor machine, then you have to go with the buffer. Did all that shit. And I'm like, I finally find Jimmy, and he's just fucking walking back and forth. I'm like, okay, you need to go up there. You need to fucking help with the bagging because I'm about to do the floor. He's like, well, why would I go up there if they're not calling for me? It's like, they don't even know you're here. You've been back here walking around all fucking day. They don't even know you're here. They've been calling for me. It's like, well, why would they call for me? It's like, because they don't know you're here. If they knew you were here, they would call for you. I'm about to do the floors, so you need to go up there and help them with the bagging while I do this. I've done everything else. The least you can do is go up there for 30 fucking minutes and help them with the bagging since you haven't done anything up there all damn day. So he goes up there, I get my fucking shit done. All right, sorry about that. I was checking my phone. What was I saying? Yeah. So I was like, Jimmy, you need to fucking go up there. They don't even know you're here. That's why they haven't been calling for you. So he went up there. I also worked with this guy named Robert. Now, he was a nice guy and everything, but he a little slow on the uptake. So usually my manager pretty much left me in charge of telling people what to do, what needed to be done. Not the first time. When I worked at SeaWorld, the supervisors, the team leads would leave me in charge. Even though if I was one of the youngest, they would still leave me in charge because I knew what to do and they knew I would get it done, make everyone get it done. So I was basically in charge of them. And one of the new guys that started, his name was Philip, and basically my manager said that if I hadn't trained him right or if he was messing up, that she would fire me because I was the one who trained him. So I'm like, the guy's older. I'm pretty sure he knows what he's doing. And I'm pretty sure even if I told him to do something dumb, he wouldn't do it because he's clearly older and knows not. But Robert, like I said, nice guy and everything. But so there were days where I'm like, hey Robert, I'm doing the eggs and the milk right now. Do you think you can go do the bread? Because it looked like it was a little low. He's like, did you want me to do that now? And I'm like, no, Robert, I want you to do it next week. Yes, I want you to do it now. I'm doing the milk and eggs right now. The bread needs to be done. Nothing really needs to be done apart from that right now. So if you can go do the bread, that would be great. Okay, I'll go do the bread. Or, I would tell him, hey, I'm doing, the bathrooms or something. Could you go get the, carts or something, or just kind of stay at the front, just kind of stay in the front area? He's like, did you want me to do that now? No, Robert, I want you to do it next month. Just wait till you get home, then you can do it. No, so he was a little slow on the uptake there. But I mean, working there had its perks too. I mean, I got free food all the time. At the end of the day, ow, just slammed my elbow on my desk. No, I got free food at the end of the day, and the food would pretty much last like a week because that's how much of it I got. So I'd go around at the end of the day doing garbage and stuff, and Miss Sybil, who worked in the bakery, was like, "Oh, John, I'm about to throw out the cookies, and did you want to take any home?" I'm like, "Well, what kinds left?" She's like, "It's a mix of all of them." She's like, "If you want, you can get a bag or a box and just take what you want." Because they kind of had the same idea as me. I didn't like wasting food, either did they. So they kind of knew my situation with home and that I really didn't have a lot of money to buy food. So they're like, yeah, I'm about to throw out the cookies and this and that. Just take what you want. I'd go into the back to do the garbage in the back, and the person in the deli, the little deli area, would say the same thing. They're like, hey, we've got chicken and mashed potatoes and all this stuff left over. Do you want to take some of it home? Like, how much can I take home and what's left? They're like, well, whatever you see, you can take home if you want. So I'd walk, I'd have, like 2 boxes of like chicken. I'd have mashed potatoes. I'd have cornbread. Because they didn't like throwing it away. And like I said, they knew my situation at home. Because at Ingles, I was only working like 1 or 2 days a week for only 30 minutes or so. So I was not making anything. So they knew my situation. And obviously it was nothing with, that I had done. So they felt bad and they were like, yeah, just whatever's here, if we're throwing it away, you can have it. So I'd go home with fucking chicken and meatloaf and, you know, a bunch of really good like hot foods and cookies, and you know that shit would last like a week. Um, yeah, they weren't supposed to do that, but they did it anyway because really, it's still hot. It was still good. So they're like, well, if someone takes it and puts it in a refrigerator when they get home and heats it up like normal, there's no reason why you can't keep it. So throwing shit away, I can't stand that. Can't fucking stand it. Like, we have plenty of food pantries around here. Any one of them would be happy to get even cookies. Just even cookies. I'm pretty sure some hungry person doesn't care what it is as long as it's food in their stomach. So that stuff was good though. Like the ambrosia salad, it's like marshmallow and it's really, really good. But yeah, a lot of chicken fingers, a lot of fried chicken, mashed potatoes, cornbread, all the fixins really. But yeah, so it wasn't completely bad. Actually, no, was I working? No, I don't think I was working there. But me and my friend had gone there for around the holidays, and they had a card up front. It had a shitload of fucking eggnog in it, and they're like, "Yeah, we're, you know, if you want it, you can take it. We're getting rid of it. It's free." And there was like 7-8 containers of eggnog, and I'm like, so we started gathering all the eggnog, and one of the guys, his name was Manny. He was like, "Before you take all of it, do you mind if I get like 1 or 2 of them?" I didn't growl at him. I'm like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." He's like, "I'm just like, take what you need." So he took like 2 of them. So me and my friend put the rest in there. There was like candy canes and stuff like that. But yeah, there was like, it was like containers of broth almost. They're like those things like there, and it had a little poppy lid, like a broth container. But yeah, it was like 5-6 containers of eggnog. I'm like, well, it's nice. I love eggnog. So as soon as I'm able to start, I mean, they already have it at Walmart. So maybe next week. Or wait, this week, rather. Because it's like every Friday we end up going to Walmart, so. But yeah, Ingles. Ingles. Para español no primo uno. And then you had the management. You had, her name was Miss Smith, and she complained about being there all the time. She's like, "Oh, I want to retire," and blah. And then the other one, his name was Dudley. His last name, I think his last name was Dudley. I can't remember what his first name was. But he kind of talked like this, so it's like a Squidward, but with like a southern accent. So, you know, he would be the kind of guy, he's telling you that you can't get free food from like the bakery, and then you see him, he's over there eating fucking cookies or donuts or some shit, telling us that we can't be on our phones, but there he is in like the meat department. He's like, and I can't remember what I was doing, but my shirt came untucked, and he's like, "Pull your shirt, you know, tuck your shirt in, boy. If I need to do it, you need to do it." I just wanted to ask him, it's like, "Oh, so I have to do what you do. So me standing there on my phone and getting free food, that's common practices that I'm allowed to do now?" When he left, no, he didn't do but yeah, they were, whenever I showed up, I knew that if they were there when I showed up, they would make me do the most random fucking shit. I remember when it was during a snowstorm, and I was supposed to be at work at like 12 or so, but I got there 11 because we were out already. Even though it was dangerous, we got stuck in the front area when we pulled in. I mean, she managed to get out, get the van out, but it took a minute or two. I was the only cashier there until about 5 o'clock. And people were coming in buying ice cream, buying milk, and this and that. They were getting like 3-4 buggies worth of food. And not only was I there having to ring it up by myself, I was having to fucking bag this shit by myself. And then I was still having to stock stuff. And it's like, can someone please help? Someone, I don't care. You've got one person doing everything right now. We've got people up the ass coming in here getting ice cream and other bullshit. Can I please get some help, at least with the bagging? But had the person at 5 o'clock not shown up, I would have been stuck on the register till closing by myself. I would have had to try to work everything. So I would have had to try to do the floor of the entire store and have to keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So, and then after work, I walked home and everything was slush by that point because the sun had come up and heated everything up. So I'm walking home, my feet are completely numb, and there are days where it was like 70-something degrees out, not a cloud in the sky. 2 minutes, I'm walking to work, 2 minutes later, dark, cloudy, storm. Life was like a box of chocolates. You want to know what isn't like a box of chocolates? Monster Energy drink. Because with Monster Energy drink, you know exactly what you're getting. John, that's the second time you've just seamlessly managed to put Monster into something. I know. Please sponsor me. No. Come on, man. I need my Monster. No, it's not that bad. You would think it was, though. No, when it comes to eggnog, it's pretty bad. I love eggnog. You probably thought I froze up there for a second. It's like, wait. Did he, this, you're like tapping the screen, you're tapping your mouse. It's like, did my thing freeze up? No. I love eggnog. I really do. I would marry eggnog if I could. Off topic. But, yeah, so the most random weather, like I said, 70-something degrees, no clouds at all, 2 minutes walking, and just suddenly I'm drenched. I get to work and they're like, you're all wet. I'm like, no shit. Yes, I would. Because at that point, I'm like, why are they pointing out that I'm wet? They know I walk to work. They're pointing out I'm wet. No shit, I'm wet. I walked to work in the rain. And even when I knew it was going to rain out, I would bring like an umbrella, but no, that shit would break. So. And then I had to quit because I was living with my friend, we dated, and, you know, after we split up, we, stayed friends, and we just, kind of lived together as roommates. And then she started dating someone else. And you obviously can't have the old worn boyfriend and the shiny new one at the same time. Like, we lived all together in the same house for a little while, but, obviously them wanting to get married and this and that, and I didn't have anyone else that I knew in that town to live with, so I had to move back to Texas with my parents. So I left my 2 weeks for Ingles, and I was like, yep, I don't have a choice. So I gave them my 2 weeks, and I worked those 2 weeks. But now, even as like I tried to fill out for them, I can't even fill out anything anymore. It's like they've completely banned me from filling shit out. Despite the fact that I was there every damn day that I was supposed to, I did my job. I gave my 2 weeks like I was supposed to, but whatever. But anyways, yeah, that is the story of Ingles and how I came to be. I don't know. The Tale of Ingles in 3 parts. So that was one of my jobs. There's also the time where, there were times where I just was a good person. Like I always say, just be kind. And someone would come and say, they something small or just a couple of things, and they're like, "Oh, I forgot my wallet." They're like reaching in their purse and trying to find their wallet or something like that. And they don't have their card with them. It's like, I'll take care of it. There was one time I did, and this van pulled up, and I saw the girl come out. She came in. She came to get like a Pepsi, and there's something else. She got something else. I don't remember what it was, but she didn't have the card that was her boyfriend's card. And it's like he knew there was like nothing on it, but she's trying to pay for it and keeps declining. And it was just, I think it was like $8-9 or some shit like that. I'm like, I'll take care of it. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, it's fine. And she was really cute too. So afterwards, I gave her stuff, and she hugged me, and she told me where she worked as a kind of a hey, come visit me at work. She said she worked at Applebee's, which was like right a ways away. Like if I stepped out and like, even if you're inside Ingles, if you looked out the front window, you could see Applebee's right away. So she just said, I work at Applebee's. Really nothing else apart from that. So it was like a, hey, you should come visit. She also said I should probably start looking for a new boyfriend. So it's a shame I never got a chance to go into Applebee's, which is weird because I think she had been my waiter once before, waitress rather, once before. Me and my friend went in there, and even my friend said something like, I don't like the way she was looking at you. I'm like, yeah, I'm not exactly Mr. Suave, handsome guy over here. I don't exactly have women swooning over me. So she's like, I just don't like the way she was like, we're not dating. Why would it matter either way? So I think I had the girl. I can't remember her name. Even then, it's like I couldn't remember her name because she said it so fast I wasn't paying much attention. But I think it's like Carla or Coda or something like that. It's just with a K. And yeah, that was the last I saw of her. But should have asked her for her number right then and there. But it is what it is. I doubt it would have lasted or really gone anywhere anyway. So, but yeah, just be kind. Kindness like that. If you see, sometimes you may not be the best looking, but just an act of kindness like that will get another person to think, oh, gee, he's not the best looking, but look what he's done. He doesn't even know me. He's already, he helped me with something I needed when I have a boyfriend who's giving me a card with nothing on it. So just be kind. But yeah, Ingles. I think I'm done talking. It's been 40 fucking minutes. Hopefully you guys have been entertained. Are you not entertained? You know what is entertaining? No, I'm not going to do that again. John, if you were, we know you would have seamlessly worked it in somehow. But yeah, so I'm done talking about Ingles. I think it's a southern place, because I don't think there's any Ingles up north. So if you live in the south, do you guys have an Ingles near you? Because it might be just a East Coast thing. So I know we have Ingles, North Carolina, South Carolina. Actually, I think those might really be the only places. Hang on. When in doubt, just go to Wikipedia about this shit. So Ingles, go to locations. Ingles operates 197 stores in 6 southeastern states. Alabama, there's 1. Georgia, 66. North Carolina, 73. South Carolina, 35. Tennessee, 21. And Virginia, 1. Laura Lynn is the brand for Ingles. Food Lion, Harry Titty. That's what we call Harris Teeter. If you guys have a Harris Teeter there, we call it Harry Titty. Kroger's. I think we have Kroger's here. I think it might be in Charlotte. We have Publix. is a regional supermarket chain, Black Mountain, North Carolina. The first Ingles store was opened by second-generation grocer Robert B. Ingle in 1963 and located in Asheville, North Carolina. Asheville, a little bit of ways, but that's why North Carolina has so many. Because just like Pepsi, it was started here in North South Carolina. So, but anyways, just a little Ingles facts there for you. some food for thought. So, yeah, if you guys live in anywhere with Ingles near you, do you shop at Ingles, or what's your preferred shopping, your store of choice? Let me know. Thumbs up, thumbs down. You guys know the drill. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.